Good morning and welcome to my grocery haul. I am in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia today. My name is Tracy and this is my channel from the hut. I share some grocery hauls and gardening tips and different ways I save money as our family of 5 in Nova Scotia. So this is my weekly grocery haul. It's kind of a big one this week. We got lots of stuff. As I mentioned last week, we actually got some really great deals at Sobeys. Almost half this table is from Sobeys, and the other half is from Gateway. I also stopped at Superstore on Saturday, I believe, and picked up just those couple peanut butter there. So do we want to hazard a guess? All I hear everywhere is how much groceries cost, and I'm not saying they haven't gone up. They have. But with a little planning, can you guess what everything costs on this table? And I'll give you the total at the end. Okay, so my first stop was Gateway. If you are not from here, Gateway is a discount grocery store here in Dartmouth. They have great prices, and they actually, I would account them for keeping our family fed, especially during those lean times. So I'll go through everything I bought from Gateway and how much it costs. Okay, they had some great produce deals on this week. They had these 3 packs of romaine lettuce on for 77 cents each. So I picked up 3. I still have half a head of iceberg from last week, but we do go through a lot of lettuce. So that was one of their flyer sales. The carrots weren't on sale. They were $1.97. They were actually on sale last week, but my husband went in and he just forgot to pick them up. So I just bought one bag. They were $1.97 for the 2-pound bag. Their cucumbers were also in the flyer. They were 77 cents each for the English cucumbers, so I picked up 3. Their cauliflower was also in. I only grabbed 1 at 77 cents because it's not the best looking cauliflower. But to be fair, they were unloading a truck as I was in there, so I'm assuming that they probably had cauliflower on that truck, but I didn't care to wait around for it. Their grape tomatoes were also 77 cents a pound. I picked up 3 packages. We still have some tomatoes left from last week, but yeah, we go through a lot of tomatoes. $1.97 for the mushrooms. That is their regular price there. I almost always pick up 2 if they look pretty good. Their regular price on bananas is 77 cents a pound. For these ones here, it was $2.71. I usually spend about $2 on bananas a week, so I must have got a couple extra this week. This is a great deal and something different that we don't normally get. This is apricot halves. So they do have an expiry of May 21st, so a couple weeks from now, but I have no fear that we will get through 2 of these. And if they dip down even lower in price, I might get some more and put them up on the shelf. So they were $3.97 each, and they're the big, almost 3 liter, 2.84 liter cans. They had these hot chocolate on for $3.97 each as well. I know it's not a crazy great price, but cocoa is really, really expensive right now. And this way, my kids still get their hot chocolate fix once in a while in the evenings without eating my cocoa that I like to save for baking. Their 500-gram packs of the sliced turkey were on for $5.97, so I picked up 2. Once again, not a crazy great price, but a pretty good price, especially for deli meat. This is a treat we never ever buy. Cheese strings, but the kids have been very good about making their own lunches. I don't know if anyone else is in Nova Scotia, but my kids, even though I would not call them picky at all, they really are not. They're very easygoing. They are not a huge fan of the school lunches. There's probably 3 or 4 of them that they'll actually eat. So I just let them pick the couple that they actually eat, and we make our lunches for the other days, but they've been very good about making their own lunch. So these are the 12 packs, and they were, 12 packs, and they were $3.97 each. I picked up 3. In the same vein, also May is a very busy month for us, so we have some different school snacks to make things easier for us. The 16-pack of the Nutri-Grain were $5.97. I picked up 2 of these sour cream. They were 97 cents each for the 250 milliliters. They also had 500 milliliters for $1.97, but I figured where the expiry is almost up on these, it'd be better to have 2 smaller ones, and then we can keep 1 sealed. There are 4 packs of the pre-made Jell-O pudding were $1.97 each, so I picked up 2. So that's everything I got at Gateway. And my total came to $69.85 for a total savings of $143.31. So great deals at Gateway this week. So then I don't go to Sobeys very often. Every so often I find their My Grocery offers just really align. They had some really great points deals this week. You'll see most of this stuff is the Compliments, which is a store brand, or Kraft, or Quaker. So I don't know if it's just like a brand specific thing that's going on this week, but I have my receipt over here. It gets a little complicated, but I'll try to give you the actual unit price I paid on it after my points. Okay, so first thing I picked up, I knew I wasn't going to go to Superstore today. I checked Flash Food this morning. I double checked their flyer. There really wasn't anything at Superstore I wanted, so I decided to grab my carton of milk at Sobeys. It was $7.29 for the 4 liters of Farmers. The Farmers blend was $2.99, which is great. Usually it comes on sale for $3.49 or $3.99, so $2.99 was great, so I picked up 2 of those. So then we start getting into the points. The Quick Oats and also the Instant Oats were on for $3.33 each. Then if you bought 4, you got 400 points, which is equal to $4. So $1 each in points, so $2.33 each. However, I then had a personal offer in my grocery offers. This receipt is confusing even to me. Okay, I had a personal offer for if you bought 2 of the instant oatmeals, which were part of the offer, you got $2.40 back in points. So the 1 kilogram of the Quick Oats ended up costing me $2.33 each. So the 2 instant oatmeals ended up being $1.13 each. I get the regular because it comes with 10 packages instead of 8, and we can always add a lump of sugar or some cinnamon or whatever ourselves. We don't need them to add it for us. The Compliments granola bars were on sale for $2.22 each, and there's 5 in the package. However, if you bought 5, you got $5 back in points, making these $1.22 each, and that works out to 24.4 cents per bar. I like to try to stay under 35 cents for school snacks per snack, because I guess the number in my head is for 3 of them, that's $1 for snacks. So 24.4, that's well within my budget for school snacks. So yeah, I bought 10 packages, and I got 2 different kinds. I got chocolate chip, and this one is cookies and cream. I'll do the sauerkraut just because it's easy. This was $3.49. We have some sauerkraut that we're making for ourselves right now, but it takes a couple weeks to be ready. So I just bought this to try a different kind, and it was on sale. $3.49. I think it was regular $4.99. All right. Then we get to this Kraft deal. This is the last day of this Kraft deal. So I was trying to run the numbers in every which way I could to get the very best deal. So I think I got my very best deal. Their Miracle Whip was on sale for $4.97. Now just to compare that, this is regular $7.99. So it was already a pretty good price for Sobeys for $4.97. This is not something I buy all that much of. It's really just for my husband. And we usually just buy the store brand, but $4.97 each. They then had their Kraft Singles on for $3.99 each, which they're usually $6.99, and I picked up 3. So here's where the deal comes in. If you bought $20 of certain Kraft products, you get an instant card rebate of $10. So I got a gift card for $10. Okay. I paid $21.91 for these 5 items. I then got the $10 gift card. So it makes it $11.91. So if I rate, if I rate that for each product, that ended up being $5.40 for the 2 mayo, and then $6.51 for the 3 cheese. Now the Miracle Whip also had an in-store offer. If you bought 2, you got $3 back in points. So that brings my price down to $2.40 for 2, or $1.20 each, which is a crazy great deal for mayonnaise. cheese came in to $6.51. Then I had a personal offer for $2.40 if I bought 2, but I had to buy 3 to make up the $20 price. So it came to $4.11 for the 3, or $1.37 each. So hopefully that wasn't too hard to follow. The only other complicated one is the hamburger. Shrimp. Shrimp were on sale for $7.99 each. I believe they're usually $10.99. We're going to have these for supper tonight. The kids don't know yet, but I'm going to try to make them a little bit of a different supper than we usually do because I don't have school today. So they were $7.99 each. I had an in-store offer for 200 points if you bought one, and then I had a personal offer for $1.80 in points if I bought one, so I got points on both of them. So they ended up being $6.09 each. The Quaker rice cakes were $2.49 each. If you bought 4, you got $4 back in points. So these ended up being $1.49 each. The instant noodles were 49 cents each. I purchased 5. When you purchase 5, you got $1 back in points, making these essentially 29 cents each. The Knorr powder, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an Alfredo. I'm going to use the Béarnaise mix because I didn't have any Alfredo sauce. So I'm going to use the Béarnaise mix, fettuccine, and shrimp for supper, and then do a salad on the side. So that should be a good supper for everyone. And something I don't normally make, especially packaged stuff. $1.79 each. If you purchased 4, which I did, you got $3 back in points, making these $1.04 each. Yes. These water enhancers, we get these quite a bit. I just find they are a good deal, and I know they're not the best for you, but I feel better than buying, say, flavored pop and stuff like that. So these were 2 for $3, and then if you bought 2, you got $1 back. So it's like these were $2.50 each. That was like the easiest math to do, and I made it complicated. The fettuccine was regular price. It was $3.19, but I bought it because I decided while I was in store, I was going to make fettuccine Alfredo for the kids. Now, this hamburger, I had zero intention of buying hamburger from Sobeys. However, I went over, I always look for markdowns. So it's regular ground beef. So this is going to cook down to about, half? I don't know what that is in terms of numbers. They always just say regular, but I feel like it's maybe like 70-30. So this was on sale, I think this week. I'm not sure. I never buy meat at Sobeys. Anyway, they had these 2 packages. Actually, they had 2 more, and if I had realized it was this much cheaper, I would have bought those ones as well. So $14.61 and then $8 off. So this would be $6.61 for the package. This one was $12.81 and then $8 off. So this one would have been $4.81 for the package. However, when she rang me through at the cash, and I'll show you on the receipt because I have no idea why this happened. So when she rang me through, and I didn't notice this until I looked at my receipt, but I got an instant savings of $2.43 on the more expensive package and $2.14 on the cheaper package. I have no clue why. And then I still got the additional 8 points off per, and then I also got 50 cents back per pack in scene points. So I worked out the numbers, and I went by just the weight on the package because I'm not weighing these right now. So I ended up paying $5.85 for the both packages of these, and it worked out to be 4.57 pounds. So that works out to a total of $1.28 a pound. So for $1.28 a pound, I don't care that it's regular ground beef. I will make use of it, and that's a great price. Like I said, if I had realized I had that instant savings, which I have no idea where that came from, I would have bought the other 2 packages as well. If you stayed with me through all that, my total at Sobeys was $136.61 for these items here. Then I got the $10 rebate, so $126.61, and actually it's like a gift card, but $126.61 Oh, I also received 400 points for spending $75. So that's worth $4. And that was in my personal offers. So my total points back was $45.60, making my net at Sobeys $81.01. So what I went to Superstore on Saturday for was this peanut butter. I had a offer for $4 for 1 kilogram, limit of 4, and then I had a loadable offer for 2,000 points back. So these were $16 and then $8 back in point. So $8 for the 4, so $2 each. Ugh, just a lot to say. So if we add these all together, $69.85 at Gateway, $8 at Atlantic Superstore, and $81.01 at Sobeys. We come to a total for this week of $158.86. So if you were in that ballpark, you were right. $158.86. I think that's great. This is a lot of produce, quite a few meat products. We have cheese in there and some convenient school snacks, and stocked up on peanut butter and oatmeal. So I'm really pleased with this week's grocery shop. I think it was very successful. And I will do my month end of everything we bought this month. I just have to run my numbers and splice together a little video, and I will probably put that out. Today is Wednesday. I'll probably try to put that out on Friday. All right. Thank you so much for watching. And tomorrow's going to be May. All right. Have a great day. Bye now.